Chapter 3: The Use of Spies. Sun Tzu said, "When raising an army of 100,000, marching 1,000 miles, the expenses of the common people and the state's resources, the daily cost in gold, the disturbances both inside and outside, the weariness of the soldiers, and the difficulty in managing affairs, 70,000 households are needed. If a general fights for years to gain victory in a single day and seeks fame and reward, yet fails to understand the enemy's condition, this is the height of inhumanity. Such a person is not a true general, nor is he a proper assistant to the ruler, nor capable of leading a victory. Therefore, wise kings and capable generals who move and win rely on the knowledge of the enemy. This knowledge comes not from gods, not from appearance or predictions, and not from calculations or measurements, but from understanding the enemy's situation. There are 5 types of spies. 1. Local spies, spies who are sent from within the local population. 2. Internal spies, spies who come from within the enemy's officials or ranks. 3. Reverse spies, spies planted within the enemy's ranks to mislead them. 4. Dead spies, spies who spread false information to the enemy while the truth is conveyed through our own spies. 5. Spies, spies used to gather accurate, timely reports from the enemy. When all 5 types of spies are used together without revealing their methods, it is called the divine record, the treasure of a ruler. Among all military operations, nothing is more crucial than spies. The rewards for spies are greater than those for anyone else. The secrecy surrounding them is more vital than that of anything else. Only those with wisdom and understanding can effectively use spies. Only those with morality and righteousness can manage spies. Only those who are meticulous can gain valuable information from spies. It is subtle, it is intricate. Spies are used in many ways. If the information from spies reaches its target before the enemy is aware, both the spies and the messages they carry will perish. In warfare, before attacking a city or targeting a person for elimination, one must first understand the names of the commanders, the attendants, the gatekeepers, and the guards. One's spies must inquire and gather this information. The enemy's spies must be identified and they must be used to our advantage, leading them into traps. By doing this, one can use reverse spies effectively. With this knowledge, local and internal spies can be employed. With this, false reports can be made to deceive the enemy, and living spies can be directed to act at the proper time. The 5 types of spies must be known by the ruler, and the most important of these are reverse spies, which must be treated with great care. In the rise of the Yin dynasty, Yi Ji served under the Xia dynasty. In the rise of the Zhou dynasty, Lu Ya served under the Yin. Therefore, wise kings and capable generals who use intelligence through spies will undoubtedly achieve great success. This is the key to warfare and the foundation on which an army's movements depend. Sasta 1. The Normandy invasion. The Normandy invasion, D-Day, was a critical turning point in World War II, showcasing the power of strategic deception and intelligence. The success of Operation Bodyguard, particularly Operation Fortitude, demonstrated how misinformation and psychological warfare could decisively influence the outcome of a conflict. Number 1. False information and fake units. The Allies created a fictitious army group, the 1st U.S. Army Group, FUSAG, which appeared to be stationed near Dover, seemingly poised to invade Calais. Inflatable tanks, dummy tents, and fake radio transmissions convinced the Germans to concentrate their defenses at Calais, far from the actual landing site. Number 2. Double agents and spies. Double agents, such as Juan Pujol Garcia, codenamed Garbo, played a pivotal role by feeding the Germans false intelligence. Garbo's reports reinforced the belief that Calais was the primary target, ensuring German forces remained misdirected even after the Normandy landings began. Number 3. Weather and psychological tactics. The stormy weather on June 6, 1944, led the Germans to dismiss the likelihood of a large-scale invasion. Key German commanders, including Erwin Rommel, were absent, believing an attack was improbable under such conditions. Conclusion. The Germans' miscalculation allowed the Allies to successfully breach the beaches of Normandy, establishing a foothold in Europe and initiating the liberation of occupied territories. Even after the invasion started, the Germans hesitated, suspecting the Normandy assault was a diversion. This misjudgment delayed reinforcements and weakened their response. This operation exemplifies the principles of deception and intelligence strategy as outlined in The Art of War. It underscores how well-executed misinformation coupled with strategic planning can achieve victory beyond sheer military strength. Key insights and summary. Sun Tzu emphasizes the critical role of spies in warfare. He identifies 5 types of spies: local, internal, reverse, dead, and living, and stresses that a wise ruler and capable general must understand and utilize these spies effectively to gain intelligence on the enemy. Success in war depends on using spies to gather accurate, timely information, manipulate the enemy, and ensure victory. The ability to manage spies with wisdom, morality, and meticulous planning is essential for achieving great success in battle. The Art of War Chapter Breakdown. This text discusses the interpretation and significance of the chapters in The Art of War, a treatise on ancient Chinese military philosophy and strategy. Each chapter presents a specific military principle or tactic. Overall, The Art of War views war as a last resort and emphasizes strategies to avoid war and achieve victory with minimal damage. Structure of The Art of War. 1. Initial planning, Shiqi. This chapter focuses on making careful plans before starting a war. 2. Resource management. This chapter deals with the management of resources and troops required for war. 3. Attack by stratagem, Mong. It emphasizes strategies to thwart the enemy's objectives before engaging in battle. 4. Tactical dispositions. This chapter stresses the formation and resources of the army, aiming to create a situation where defeat is impossible. 5. The moment of battle. It involves using energy, tea, and irregular tactics to create momentum in battle. 6. Strength and weakness. This chapter discusses methods to gain the initiative depending on the situation. 7. Strategy and maneuver, Jun. It focuses on securing objectives before battle begins. 8. Variation of tactics, Go Bien. This chapter addresses handling internal risks and political social relationships. 9. Strategic movement and positioning, Ying Jun. It discusses tactics related to mobility and troop movements. 10. Terrain. This chapter explains how tactics should vary depending on geographic and environmental factors. 11. The 9 situations. This chapter covers the different types of situations that can arise in a campaign. 12. The attack by fire. It explains how to use fire as a weapon to destroy the enemy's forces and resources. 13. The use of spies. This chapter highlights the strategic use of intelligence and spies. Philosophical interpretations. Odd and even. The appropriate use of irregular and conventional tactics to gain an advantage. This is related to the concept of yin and yang, yin-yang, representing the balance between opposites and the creation of military opportunities. The way, in The Art of War, the nature of war is defined as deceptive, and there is a philosophical emphasis on minimizing war and avoiding unnecessary conflict. Core philosophy of The Art of War. Sun Tzu's The Art of War emphasizes that war should always be a last resort, with the best strategy being to achieve victory without fighting. When conflict becomes unavoidable, careful planning, weakening the enemy's strength, and creating advantageous conditions are essential. During battles, minimizing damage and ensuring the groundwork for a decisive victory are central to Sun Tzu's approach. This work is not merely a military strategy manual, but a comprehensive theory of strategy that integrates warfare with political and economic considerations. The original Art of War was an extensive text of 82 chapters, but only 13 have survived to the present. The lost sections were likely omitted due to their diminished relevance as historical contexts evolved. Sun Tzu's focus on practicality and adaptability suggests that content no longer applicable to changing realities was naturally left behind. This evolution underscores the timeless and flexible nature of the Art of War's core principles, which have endured and remained relevant across generations.